Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brittney. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today is Azure Standard Pickup Day, and it's kind of an exciting Azure Day because today is the first pickup at the drop location that I started here in our town. We have a town only of about 800 people, and we don't have a grocery store that's less than about 25 to 30 minutes away. So I'm really excited to be able to bring Azure Standard to our small town. And of course that does mean that I am now the drop coordinator. So there's a little bit of work on the back end for me, but I'm excited about it. For the last couple of years, I have been going to a drop location that's about 40 minutes away. It's north of the river for us. And so I never would order in the wintertime because I could not always guarantee that I would be able to get across the river in inclement weather. So this is going to allow me to be able to do year-round orders and do smaller orders at a time instead of the larger stock-up orders that I have been used to. Now, what else is exciting about the fact that we have a drop location in our small town is that because it's at the Community Christian Center, it qualifies for Azure Around the Table, which is a new program that allows for a percentage of every month's purchases at my drop location to be given back to the community center to be used in local ministry work. So I'm super excited to be able to provide that for my community, or to be a part of providing that for my community, and just really looking forward to it. Now it's a very new group. We've only been approved for like 5 or 6 days prior to the cutoff for this order. So there's only a few people that ordered this time. And so because of that, I wanted to make sure we hit the drop minimum. So I placed a much larger order than I would normally. So this is our largest order we have done through Azure Standard, but I wanted to hit our drop minimum. And hopefully over the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to get a few more members so that we can consistently hit that drop minimum. I may or may not order for next month. If I do, it'll be a very small order. But anyways, I just wanted to give you kind of that background on the new drop location, and I'm going to get ready to head to that here shortly, and I'll bring you back and show you what all we ordered for this month. Okay, so I'm at our drop. You can see the pallets and you can see some of the stuff back here. We were one case short, and it happened to be my case, which I'm glad it was mine and not one of our other drop members. But I'll have to check my order when we get home because it was not on the truck. So the driver noted on the paperwork that we were one short, and I'll have to see when we get home and cross-reference with my order to see what is missing and give Azure Standard a call. They are usually pretty good to work with, so I don't expect there necessarily being a problem. I assume I'll get a refund, and then if I need to order something next month, I'll put it on next month's order. So it's not a big deal. I was glad it was mine and not another member's, especially considering this is the first drop for our location. But the truck was already here 35 minutes before the drop. I got here way early to make sure there was no issues, and he was already here. So I went ahead and unloaded him, and one of our members just came and got her stuff. I'm waiting on one more. The drop technically doesn't start for 3 more minutes. So I've got her box in here in my car to stay cool. And once she gets here, I'll hand that over to her and we'll be headed home. All right, before we get too far into it, I want to get the frozen stuff back in the freezer. So I'm just going to show you, I got a box of the peach slices, the frozen celery, the mixed vegetables, and the garden peas. I am currently carnivore, so I'm not eating that stuff, but the rest of my family is, and I wanted to get stocked up on a few things. So I'm gonna put those in the freezer so that they stay cold, and then we will come back and do the rest of it. All right, so first things first, this was our first pickup at the new drop location here in my town, and my first time being a coordinator. It went pretty well. The truck driver was very early. Azure Standard is usually early. But I'm not complaining at all. I would rather them be there early than something have happened and it caused them to be late. So I got there really early just to make sure the truck driver didn't have any problems. But he didn't, and that was great. And so I just went ahead and started unloading him. It wasn't too early that things would start going bad. So while we were waiting for members, I helped unload the truck, and it didn't take very long. We only had 3 people at this pickup. And so speaking of Azure Standard, if you are new to Azure Standard and you're interested in it, or you've been thinking about it for a long time and haven't signed up, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below this video. And it's just my referral link to Azure's website. If you use that link and sign up, I do get a small referral credit after you've placed your first order. So if you're interested in signing up, I'd appreciate if you use that link. But you can also just go directly to their website and check them out and see if that's something that you want to partake in. But I do have several things that are chilled that I need to get put in the fridge, and I forgot I have one other frozen thing. So let's go ahead and get started. So one of the first things right here on top is this Alexandra A2A2 Heavy Whipping Cream. I'll take one of the bottles out to show you a little bit closer. I ordered this because Kyle and I like cream in our coffee, and our cow, Dolly, is going to calve soon, probably towards the end of September, first part of October, but she is not in milk yet. She is dry right now. So I went ahead and picked up some cream. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the fridge. And it is already a hot one out there. It rained all day yesterday, and it was supposed to maybe rain today, and it didn't, but it's very hot and humid. Now, you do want to be careful when you're opening these boxes. That's why it took me a couple of times of slicing with the scissors, because I didn't want to go too deep, because you just never know. They repack. They use different boxes and repack. So you never know what's actually going to be in that box, and you don't want to puncture anything. And I'm glad that I was careful. This is some Pacific bone broth. I am currently, get rid of that box. I am currently carnivore, and so trying to get in, sometimes I'm not always hungry, but I might need just a little bit of something, and so I thought maybe I could incorporate some broth. I should have more in one of these other boxes, so I'm just going to set this to the side for a minute. And I think this is the frozen item that I had forgotten about. It is. So I'm going to open this up to show you so that I can take it out and put it in the freezer, and then we can... Let me just cut myself with these scissors. Once I get this in the freezer, then we can continue on with everything else. I think everything else is just refrigerated, no more frozen stuff. But these, and I think there is 14, how many is there? Okay, this is 13.25 pounds of Mary's Organic Air Chilled Chicken Party Wings. So they are frozen. I don't know if I can get that a little bit closer. And it looks like they're in approximately 1 pound packaging. So I'm going to put a couple in the freezer here in the house and a few out in the deep freeze. I just really like chicken wings, and so does my husband. And we raise our own chickens to eat, but we typically leave them whole. We don't take the time when we're butchering chickens to part them all out. And especially with things like wings, it takes a lot of chicken birds to make the amount of wings that you need for a large group of people. So I just went ahead and ordered these, and we'll give them a try. I'm going to put 3 of them in our fridge here, and then I'm going to run the rest out to the freezer, and I'll be right back. Now, one of the things that Azure does is I don't know if you can see it on this one a little bit better. This is a heavy box. But they draw arrows on the box to indicate the direction so that hopefully nothing spills. Now, it's not always the most convenient when opening those boxes, but I'm going to open this one and see if I can tilt it up without causing a giant mess. I don't really know what's in. Oh yeah, this will be fine. Okay, so like I said, they repurpose their boxes, and they will pack a lot into a box. They're very good at packing. So this is gluten-free, which no one in this house is gluten-free. I am trying to move more grain-free, but we're not gluten-free, but I'm just reading what it is. It's gluten-free sprouted apple cinnamon instant oatmeal. So I got this because we are a homeschooling family, and my son is going to be a part of a homeschool co-op this year. And so he'll need to be packing a lunch to go with him, but he'll also need to be having some quick breakfasts. And this summer he has gotten really into making himself his own bowl of oatmeal. And so I got this. He just uses plain oatmeal most of the time, and then a little maple syrup. But I got this just as a special treat. It's got a little bit different flavor for him. And so I just thought he might like to try that out. I was influenced when I was watching one of the many different Azure Standard hauls that I typically have on in the background if I'm cleaning or something. And these are Frigola, and it's like a pearl couscous. My husband and I really like pearl couscous, and there's a lemon pearl couscous box that we occasionally order from Thrive Market, but it's not exactly the most inexpensive. And I could make it myself if I could have the pearl couscous. And so I found that through Azure. So I'm really excited to try that. Again, I'm carnivore right now, so I won't be trying it at least for the next, I've got 60 days left of carnivore, of the 90 days that I told myself I was gonna give myself to see if I could get to the bottom of my inflammation issues. And I don't know, I may have to leave grains out completely. I haven't entirely made up my mind. If you're interested at all in carnivore or my health journey or some of the things I'm trying to work on, I have a playlist. It goes through all that. I do all those videos, but I'm not going to take up too much time in this video for that, but we'll see if I get to try those. Now, these are a special treat for my husband. We are gearing up to go into harvest season, and so my husband will be in a grain truck or the combine a lot. And so he likes to have little snacks, and he asked for some fig bars. I think I only got him one bag, but that's what those are for. And this is polenta. My husband really, really likes grits for breakfast or even for supper. And when we were in Mississippi a few months ago, we picked up some fresh, caught that morning shrimp from the Gulf, and we packaged it up into serving size packages and froze it. And so he will be making shrimp and grits for himself, and I will just be eating the shrimp. So there's that. These are some little candles. They're beeswax candles, and I'll go ahead and open them up so you can kind of see. They're like a, let me cut this open. They're like a votive style candle. They are really taped well. They are really taped well on all sides. That's good. So they're like a votive style candle, and I got them to have on hand, but also the holiday season's coming up and gifts are coming up, and so these will be set aside and included in some of the homemade gifts that I'm going to be doing this year. Oh, we got two of these. These were on sale this month. They are semolina lasagna noodles. I am going to carefully set them over here so that I don't stack anything on them and break them. We are approaching harvest season, which means we're also approaching cold and flu season. So I've got a lot of different things in here that I'm stocking up on for that. But these are some elderberry and zinc lozenges. And this is cold and cough nighttime for kids. A little bit safer ingredients than some of the other items that we've used in the past. And let's see. And this is mucus and cold relief combo pack, daytime and nighttime. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, I ordered a lot of things on this particular order that I wouldn't normally order, just to be able to hit the drop minimum. But I didn't just spend frivolously. I spent on things that we needed to stock up on anyways. I typically do 2 or 3 really large stock ups per year, and then the rest of my groceries throughout the year is very minimal, like $200 a month, $300 a month. So this is a very large order. This was right at $1,100. I don't do this all the time. This is like 2 times a year, maybe 3, depending on our family's needs. But that's it. And then the rest of the year, we just won't spend as much. So that's why there's kind of a lot of stuff and it's kind of all over the place. But I wanted to stock up on some cold and flu items for that. And like I mentioned, with my son going to co-op, he's going to be needing to pack some lunches. And so some of the things, I'm not a huge snack person. My husband is a snacker. My son is a snacker. I like to fill up at my meal and then try not to snack the rest of the day. But I understand not everybody is that way. So I got some snacks for my son. Usually we would do homemade snacks or just fruit or something. But I got a few things to pack in his lunches when he goes to co-op once a week. So these are Annie's snack mix. They're cheddar flavored, but it's basically like Chex Mix style. It's got like a cheese cracker and some pretzels and the little like garlic breadsticks and things like that. So he will enjoy those. Those are also really good snacks. I try not to just let my kids eat through church the whole time every week, but sometimes it's a lot easier to keep them quiet, and we like to have them in church with us. So occasionally I'll give them snacks at church. Now these, these are pretty interesting. They are little snack packs of green olives. I hate olives. There's two foods that I really do not care for: mushrooms and olives. I like morel mushrooms that you go hunting for in the spring, or at least we do around here. But that's the only kind of mushroom I really like. It's a texture thing for me. I like the flavor of mushrooms, like cream of mushroom soup is fine. If I can't detect that there is an actual mushroom in there, that's fine. But I don't like to eat mushrooms. And I hate olives. I don't like the flavor of olives. I don't like anything about them. But my niece's birthday is coming up, and that girl loves olives. She's going to be 5, and her birthday's here in just a couple weeks. So I got these. I'll probably go ahead and just give them to her because I'm excited about them. But I got her 2 little snack packs just as a special treat for her birthday because she loves olives. So got those for her. Okay, and then I've mentioned several times I am more on the carnivore side right now, but my family is not. And so sometimes I need to make them side dishes and things, and I may not have a lot of time this time of year with harvest coming up, and so I needed some quick options. So these are also things that we don't do a whole lot of, but I mean, there's got to be balance. I am fully on board with the fact that there's a lot of things in our food and in our household items that are really bad for us. That's part of the reason I shop at Azure. I trust them. They really pride themselves in providing wholesome, healthy food for families to purchase. And so I think the ingredients in these are better than the alternative. It would be better if I made mac and cheese from scratch, but I don't have time to do that every day. So I picked up 3 boxes. This one is Jovial, which is a brand that I really like. And so I wanted to just give that a shot and see if my son likes it. He's kind of weird. He doesn't like white cheddar cheese, but he likes the yellow cheddar cheese or the orange cheddar cheese. So I don't know if he's going to like this because this is a white cheddar. But I got him 1 box of those and then just 2 boxes of the classic that I know that he likes. And so those will be quick side dishes for the kids and my husband to eat with a meal. Oh, I guess I did get him 2 bags of fig cookies. So another bag of the fig bars for my husband. And then these were an item that I got primarily just to hit the minimum. But it's gum. I'd been wanting to try the Spry gum. So I got myself the spearmint. And they do have 2 carbs in them. I wonder what the sweetener is, because I'm trying to stay away from some of that. I should have read that a little bit better, but that's all right. I can hold on to them for a while. But I got myself the spearmint. I got my husband the cinnamon because he really loves cinnamon gum. And then I got my son peppermint mints. He likes to have a mint. Sometimes at church he'll put one in, or if we're in a long car ride, he likes to have a mint. So we'll keep these in the truck, and they will have those there. Another thing that I'm doing with being carnivore is I'm trying to give myself a beef liver supplement. I don't care for beef liver. Again, it's a texture thing. The flavor is fine. I don't mind that, but the texture, and maybe I just don't know how to cook it, but I don't know. But the one and only time that I've tried to cook it, I didn't like it. And I've tried it with other people cooking it and still didn't like it. So I think I just don't like it. So I ordered myself some more beef liver supplements. We're really hitting all the snacks. I promise there's healthy food in here. This one I got because it's Dijon mustard. We love Dijon mustard, and it was in the bargain bin. If you are not familiar with the bargain bin and you shop from Azure, when you hit the little shop tab, scroll down to where it says clearance, and there's all kinds of goodies in there. You're not always guaranteed to get them, but we got this one. So I also love that it's in a quart-size canning jar, so we'll be able to repurpose the jar there. And these are, once again, chocolate graham crackers made with dark chocolate. These are going to be a snack that I will put into Miles's lunch when he goes to co-op. Just a couple little pieces there. Give him a little something sweet to munch on after he eats his lunch. And we are heading into what we refer to as cold cereal time. Spring planting and fall harvest on this farm means quick, easy convenience meals. Usually I will meal prep and freeze some things, or we will buy cold cereal and have that for breakfasts because it's just something quick. It's not necessarily something that I think is very healthy for us, but it's just something that we can do to get through that super busy time. So I got, these are Heritage O's, kind of like a Cheerio, but these are by Nature's Path. So I got those, and then these are called Choco Chimps, and they are just like little chocolate puff balls. I figured the kids would like these. My husband would probably like them too. I will not be eating any of these because I am carnivore, and even if I am done with my carnivore, I probably won't eat any of these because I'm really, really trying to stay away from a lot of the sugary carbs and grains. And if I'm gonna eat a grain, to me, this isn't worth it. I have an inflammatory response to a lot of grains, and so for me, this isn't worth it. Now, a big old pot of spaghetti, that's worth it. So I have the spaghetti noodles back there, and I will make some, not spaghetti, lasagna. I will make some lasagna this fall, and I will be consuming some of that and enjoying it. But to me, the cereal is just not worth it. Get rid of that box. Since this box is spilling open, I'm going to go ahead and move on to it. I don't think anything is going to actually spill by tipping it up this direction. So let's go ahead and get that open. Don't pull away. There we go. All right. Now this, I'm actually really excited for this, and I won't be able to try it myself for a while, but my husband and my son will be able to. My daughter's not old enough for popcorn yet, but this is popcorn seasoning nacho cheese flavor, and this is by Azure Market. And like I said, with co-op, we're packing lunches, and I thought popcorn would be a good snack every now and then in my son's lunch, and we're a popcorn family. We love making popcorn. And we do make it on the stove. We don't buy the microwave packages just because I can't justify paying the amount of money they want for those. So we just buy the popcorn and we pop it on the stove. This is menthol soothing lozenges. So it's again by that Zand Immunity, I think is the brand. Same one as the elderberry and zinc lozenges that we looked at earlier. Oh no! I am so glad that this did not bust open. This is enchilada sauce, and it is by La Preferida brand, and we love this stuff. So I'm glad this didn't bust open. They kind of packed this box really heavy. So thankfully it did not bust open. I got 2 of the green enchilada sauce. We'll put those in the pantry. Just making sure nothing else might have busted, but I don't think so. Everything else looks really good. This is organic chest rub for baby. So if either of the kids needs chest rub this fall or winter, I wanted to have that on hand. I try not to use the main name brand one just because of the ingredients that are in it. These are a little bit better. Now so these 2, where'd they go? These 2 enchilada sauces, they were by La Preferida, and we have ordered them in the past. We love both the red and the green from them, but I wanted to try a different one I had heard another channel talking about, and this is by Sweet Creek Foods. This is Chipotle enchilada sauce. So it is also in a canning jar, which I really like. So I'm excited to try that one. Again, it'll be a while before I get to try it, but we're stocking up, so I'll get to it eventually. Now this is a treat I got for myself. Of course I will share, but I got this primarily for myself because I am on carnivore and I don't have a ton of options, but I really wanted to try this. This is wild smoked Alaskan salmon. So my brother was in the military and he used to be based in Washington State. And he brought home one time on leave some fresh smoked salmon. And oh my goodness, it was so good. So I hope that this compares to that, but I'm really looking forward to trying that. Again, I talked about this earlier when we unloaded it, but some different broths. This is chicken, this is beef. I got these for a couple of different reasons. It's going to be soup season here soon, so I'm stocking up for that. But also, while I'm on carnivore, just to give myself a little something different. Because I get bored very easily, and so I gotta have new and exciting things. So I have that there. I got this for my son. He is a peanut butter and jelly fiend, and he prefers grape jelly. I have this brand. This is Crofters. I have this brand currently in blueberry, and he doesn't care for it. And he doesn't care for strawberry jelly either. He wants grape. So I got this for him. I'm going to put these to the side for a minute because I want to talk about all of them together. Actually, we'll just leave that there. Okay, I'm really glad that this didn't bust too. Normally my stuff has been packaged a lot better than this, but there was a lot to package in here and it was all kind of heavy, so I do understand, and nothing busted open so far, so that's good. But this was another item that was in the bargain bin, and this is vanilla grass-fed yogurt. Now, I am consuming dairy on my carnivore journey. Some people would not say that is carnivore, but to each their own. I am including dairy, but this has vanilla flavoring in it, so I will not be eating this. My son and my husband and my daughter, though, all love vanilla yogurt, so this is for them, and they will enjoy that. And it was significantly marked down because I think because the Best Buy date, yeah, so the Best Buy date passed 2 days ago. This will be gone within the next 2 or 3 days at this house, so it will be just fine. Oh no, this one, they really got crunched in this box. That's part of what happens when you order things online. Azure Standard has always been very easy to work with in my experience. So anytime I've had an issue, which has only been one time, they stood behind it and given a small credit. This didn't bust open, and nothing, like even the seal is still perfectly sealed, so I'm not even going to complain about this. Now, I am going to have to pull up my computer and go through my order and make sure I'm not missing something because I was one case short. So I'm not sure if there was a typo that said I had 13 cases when really I should have only had 12, and maybe I do have everything that I ordered and got shipped, or if something is missing somewhere, but it was not on the truck. But this is Nancy's Probiotic Sour Cream, and I don't think this was a bargain bin. I think I paid full price for that, but I like the sour cream there. Okay, now this also got crunched, but this is the North Beach Italian style mozzarella cheese that everybody who does an Azure Standard haul video on YouTube seems to rave about. They say that this is like the best quality mozzarella cheese they've ever had. And so I had to try it. Now, I do have a dairy cow, and when she is in milk, I do make my own mozzarella cheese. But I just started learning how to do that last year, and I'm still kind of perfecting it. But once she comes back into milk, I will be making my own cheese again. But I'm curious to try this. I'm sure mine does not compare to this. I'm sure mine is nowhere near as good because I'm still learning how to do it. And every single time that I've made it 5 or 6 different times while she was in milk last. We've only had her for one lactation cycle, but while she was in that lactation cycle, I made mozzarella cheese a handful of times, and every single time I made it, it was a different texture. So I don't know what I'm doing. It was always good, but sometimes it was better than others. So I'm really anxious to try that. And this is a filter for my countertop compost keeper. So that's all that is. Along with the mozzarella cheese, this is the calico cheese. It's the 5-pound block. And what I will do with this is I will chop some up into 1-inch squares, for snacks, like to go in my son's lunch, or I leave a little baggie of those in the crisper drawer in the fridge, and my son knows he can always help himself to 1 or 2 cheese cubes if he's feeling hungry between meals. And then I will also slice some for sandwiches, and I will shred some and freeze the shredded, and it freezes really well. I did that with the raw cheddar this last go around, and it froze really well. So that's what we'll do with that. And that should be enough cheese between those 2 blocks and what I still have from last month. That should get us through the next couple of months. And then this is Portland brand barbecue sauce. My son and my husband and my daughter are all condiment people. They love all kinds of condiments, sauces, all that. And my son is a barbecue fanatic. He loves barbecue sauce. And we've been out and he's been harping at me, Mom, you need to get barbecue sauce. So I got him some barbecue sauce. Now, I'm going to put these back in this box because I want to talk about all this. I got on this last, what did I get? I forget what brand I got. I don't remember. Oh, it was the, last time on our last Azure order, I got the Rumiano's grass-fed butter, and it was really good. I didn't necessarily think it was any better than the Costco Kirkland brand of grass-fed butter, but it was good. I liked it. We cannot go back to just regular store-bought butter. We really prefer grass-fed, especially after having our own cow. There's just nothing that compares. So while we are not in milk and we are out of the butter that I had made from Dolly's milk last lactation cycle, I'm trying different brands of grass-fed butter. And one that is the most affordable, and so I stocked up on it, is the Mother's Choice. So I got 6 blocks of this Mother's Choice. These are 1 pound blocks. And I believe what I plan to do with this is more of like an everyday baking use, cooking use, whatever, because it is more affordable. There's really good reviews on this one. There's really good reviews on a lot of these butters from Azure, but I wanted to try them all out and see for myself. So then I ordered, so we've already tried Rumiano's last time. Now we're going to try Mother's Choice. And then somebody commented on my last video and said, you need to try the like vat cultured European styles. So I got a couple different ones. I got the Petaluma Gold brand, and this is again European style butter. This was highly recommended. And then I got the Sierra Nevada version of the European style butter. So we'll try those. Got a lot of butter here. And then I wanted to try Nancy's brand, so I got a few of those. One of the things I'm doing on carnivore, and this might sound really crazy to you, but one of the things that I'm doing is I am making browned butter bites. You basically take butter on the stovetop in a saucepan and you brown it, and then you pour that butter into like a silicone mold and you freeze it, and you just have these little, they taste like caramel. I even had my husband try them, and he said he would prefer having the actual caramel with the sugar in it, but he said that wasn't bad. He said it was actually pretty good. So I've really enjoyed them. If I am starting to have I have a sweet tooth. I'm a sugar person. And so if I'm having a bad day of cravings, I like to have the brown butter bites because I can pop a small amount of that in and it satisfies me. So I try to use that as a special treat. It's not something I have every day, but now I have some butter to make my brown butter bites. And I'm going to have to get these all off of this box so that I can show you what's in this box. But anyways, if you have a favorite butter from Azure, drop it in the comments. I'm really curious. There seems to be like people actually pick sides on which butter is better. And it's like a little online war. And it seems like the Mother's Choice and the Rumiano is winning. But I'm really curious to try all of these others as well. So anyways, I'm going to make myself a little bit of room here. This was a very large order, and I'm going to have a lot of stuff to put away. This was something that was in the bottom of that box with all the butter, and it is toothpaste for my kiddos. So we got a little bit of that. Let's go ahead and go through this before I open the last box that needs opened. This is just a case of Pacific Foods brand organic cream of mushroom condensed soup. Now, I said I don't like mushrooms, and I don't. But I do like this, especially in casseroles and soups, because the mushroom pieces are so small that you can't distinguish any texture from them, or I can't. And the flavor is good. Now, I stopped buying the most commonly known brand of soups because of some things that came out as far as ingredients and processing and just things that I didn't want to consume or have my family consume. And so I'm buying this brand. This is enough to get us through winter. We don't do a lot of casseroles. We don't do a lot of that kind of stuff. But this will be good to have on hand. And yes, I could make my own cream of chicken, cream of celery, cream of mushroom, whatever. And I have in the past, and I do that. But we're a very busy family, and we have a lot going on, and sometimes I just don't have the time or desire to do that. So pick these up as a convenience item. I'm not going to show you, well, maybe I will. Let's see. We'll just scoot it over here. This is a 50-pound box of the Azure bleach powder. So this is for laundry. I'm going to put it in a 5-gallon bucket and put my little scooper in there and put it down by the washing machine. We bought the Azure bleach powder last month to try, and I loved it. So I went ahead and stocked up. That's the most affordable way to do it, and that should be a year's supply for us with the amount of laundry that we typically do. And it gets my husband's work clothes clean, which is very important. Oh, I'm not even sure how to go about this one. Which way does it say to go up? It says to go up this way. I'm going to flip it over and hope for the best. Okay. Now, I can't remember what all I ordered, so I'm thinking maybe I did have everything here. I'll double check that list and I'll come back to do this video to tell you. But this is the cleaning supplies, which I think is all that I really had left. So, should be okay. But this is the Azure Clean Automatic Dishwasher Powder. So, wanted to give that a shot. Like I said, this was a huge stock up for us, so I went ahead and got basically a year's supply of a lot of things. So I got the year's supply of the bleach powder for the laundry. This is not a year's supply of dishwasher powder for us, but it's a couple of months. And then I got quite a few cleaning products that I wanted to try for the house. So this is just sweating. It's not actually leaking, but it is sweating. This is Citrus Fragrance Bathroom Cleaner. I've never used these cleaners, so this will be trying it out and seeing if we like it. This is, it's all sweating a lot. This is Charlie's Soap 101. Now I say it's sweating. It is not leaking. The Azure standard truck is refrigerated. There's a freezer compartment and then everything else gets refrigerated. And so even items that don't need to be refrigerated are in that refrigerated section. And so they're coming to room temperature and they're sweating a little bit. This is Azure Clean Dish Soap in Lemon Verbena scent. This is a toilet bowl cleaner and it's in the pine fragrance. This is all-purpose household cleaner. And this is liquid laundry detergent in the citrus fragrance. And this is floor cleaner in lemon verbena scent. We have basically all hard surfaces in our house. We have either like a laminate tile or we have hardwood floors. So floor cleaner, we go through a lot of it. We mop a lot, a lot. We don't wear shoes in our house, especially because we do live on a farm, and you never know what's going to be on your shoe when you come in. So everybody takes their shoes off when they walk in the door, but somehow these floors still get disgusting very quickly. So that floor cleaner will come in handy. I also stocked up, I'm not going to take these out of the bag because they're going to go straight into my closet where I keep back stock. But these are the Dr. Bronner's soaps. We use these bar soaps in the shower. All right, and Azure did a very good job with my, these are toiletries, but they put them in a plastic bag to make sure that they wouldn't leak all over other things. So that was great. And they put all of these liquids in one box so that if these liquids did leak, they weren't getting on food. So I really appreciate that Azure Standard keeps the cleaning products and things like that separate from the food when they pack it, because some companies don't do that. And you just never know in shipping what might happen. So I got 2 bottles of each of these, but this is Desert Essence for Kids, Green Apple Watermelon, Gentle Formula Shampoo and Body Wash. And then this is the same brand and same scent of the Static Free Conditioning Detangler Spray. The shampoo is for both my daughter and my son to use. And the detangler spray, I got 2 bottles of them. That's for my daughter. She gets very tangled, matted hair. So got that for her. And I got this for me to try. This is Desert Essence brand Island Mango Shampoo and Conditioner. I want to also try this brand's lotion. I've heard really good things about that. But I'm going to give this a shot. Then for... Oh, you know what? I am missing something. It would have been from the frozen section because there was supposed to be some beef patties. And I'll have to look and see what else, but there is something missing. So I will have to get on my website and check in and see about that and call Azure Standard to get that fixed. But this is the Grandpa Soap Company, and this is a shampoo that it's a scalp therapy for dry scalp. And I was going to let my husband try this because he does have a very dry scalp and he has a hard time finding shampoos that work well for him. So we're going to try this and see if he likes it. And this is also for my husband, and this is just a moisturizing shaving foam. He wanted to try that. He uses kind of just your very common brand, nothing clean about the ingredients, just a aerosol, I don't know, is it an aerosol can or a pump can of shaving cream from the store. It's like a blue gel, and he likes it, but he would like to get something that was maybe a little bit cleaner ingredients if it does well with his shave. So he's going to try that out and see if he likes it. And then this item is kind of a bittersweet item for me. My son is 6 going on 7, which is hard to believe. It goes by so fast. But he is very much an active farm boy. And my husband mentioned the other day, he's like, you might want to put on the list some deodorant for him to start trying, because when he's working with Dad, he gets real sweaty and smells like a stinky little boy. So we got him some deodorant. This is Granny Smith's All Natural. It Really Works natural deodorant. And it says made with all natural and edible ingredients. I hope he doesn't. I'm not going to tell him it's edible because he'll eat it. But it's coconut and palm oil, beeswax, baking soda, cornstarch, and essential oil. This is the lemongrass scent. I'm hoping it works well for him. I have tried so many different natural deodorants and none of them work for me except for one, which has now been discontinued and reformulated into a different. What I have been using is super deodorant, and it's in like a little yellow tub, and I stocked up on it when I found out they were being discontinued and reformulated. So I still have some of that to work through, but when that's gone, I'm going to have to find something that works. But I'm hoping this works for him. It has baking soda in it, and that was one of the ingredients that in natural deodorants would always make me break out. So he's not got quite as sensitive a skin as me, so I'm hoping that this works for him, but we'll have to see. So I'm going to go get my laptop and I'm going to pull it up and we're going to see what all is missing. I know of one item for sure, but maybe that's it. I'm just logging in and I'll go to my account and I'll go to my orders and I will just pull up this particular order. and I'm just going to view it, and I'm going to go through each item and see. So I got that. Yeah, it was a frozen. It was all of the bread, all of the tortillas. Oh man, I'm going to have to go to the store and get bread. Bread, tortillas, the frozen beef patties. Oh, and the hash browns for my husband. That was not in there. A frozen pizza that I got for the kids was not in there. Yeah, it was definitely all of the stuff that I wanted to stock up on. So I'm going to have to call Azure, and I'll probably close this video and call them real quick. But I know that Azure Standard will make it right, and then will credit me back for the things that were missing. So I am going to give them a call, and then I'll update y'all on the video to let you know what they said. But I also got to get this cold stuff put in the fridge. So in case it's a while before I get back to my phone to do this, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a longer video than I normally do, but it was a lot to go through. So I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Like I said, if you're interested in Azure Standard, I'll drop that link in the description box for you below. That's my referral link. And if you have any questions, drop them in a comment for me. If there's certain things that you get from Azure that you really like, let me know in the comments. I'm always curious what other people get from Azure. And I like watching other people's hauls that they do on YouTube or other platforms as well. So I'm going to get all this put away, call Azure to get this taken care of, and get on with the rest of my day. So thank y'all so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. So really quick, I'm editing this video, and Kyle and I had just finished lunch, and we had chicken wings, some of the chicken wings that we ordered from Azure. I just threw them in the oven with a little bit of seasoning on them and let them cook while I was filming and getting everything edited and ready. They were delicious. We also split the can of smoked salmon. It was so good. It was so good. It's not something we'll order all the time just because it's not the cheapest thing, but it was delicious. And then we had just a little itty bitty slice of the mozzarella cheese because we wanted to try it. We had put more on our plate, but we actually put it back in the fridge because it was so good. It was so good, but you really don't need a lot of it. It is such a rich cheese. Probably the best mozzarella I've ever had in my life. And then we I wanted to try the butter. So I put just a little bit of butter on my chicken wings because I can't have barbecue sauce or hot sauce, or I could probably have a hot sauce, but I'm not doing sauces and things like that. So I put a little butter on my chicken wings. And that Petaluma Gold was the butter we chose to try because we got several different kinds. We haven't tried the other ones yet, so I don't have anything to say about them. But the Petaluma Gold, by far the best butter I have ever put in my mouth. And I hate to say this, but it is even better than the butter that I have made from our cow's milk and cream. It was so good. Even Kyle agreed with me. He said that's the best butter he's ever had. He asked me how much it was. I told him. He said, oh, okay. Because it's I think the most expensive butter on Azure's website, if I'm not wrong. I'd have to double check. But it's not inexpensive. But boy, was it good. Now, I haven't tried the Sierra Nevada European style one, but the Petaluma Gold, that was real good. So if you can swing it and you want to try some good butter, get you some of that because it was delicious. Anyways, I'm going to get back to editing this video so I can get it out for you guys. Okay, so I just went in and I printed out my order, and I went through to see everything that was missing, and I called Azure Standard, talked to their customer support, didn't have to be on hold or anything. They answered right away. I told them the items that were missing. They credited me. I got a $115.99 credit on my account, so I'll just reorder those items for next month, and I'll go to the store and pick up bread for right now to get us through. But it was broccoli, frozen broccoli, a few loaves of bread, a couple of packages of tortillas, and some frozen hash browns for my husband. So that, oh, and the frozen beef patties from Thousand Hills. So that was what was missing. It was one full case. They didn't give me any trouble. They just asked me which items were missing, and they credited me right back to my account. So it was really a simple process, and I'll just reorder them next month. No big deal. So anyways, it was a really good pickup today. I was glad that that missing case was mine and not somebody else at our drop. And we got it taken care of, and no big deal. So thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate your support of this channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.